Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Well, there's a whole lot of people in the stadium. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Much better. I thought we were at a celebration. On behalf of the faculty and staff of Franklin County High School, I would like to welcome family, Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing and join me as we honor our nation by reciting the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Everyone, please be seated. It is my pleasure to introduce to you our first guest speaker of the day, our senior class secretary, Ms. Bryn Ashwell, who will share the thought of the day.
Good evening, faculty, friends, family, and most importantly, the class of 2026. I am Bryn Ashwell, and I'm so honored to be here speaking to you. As senior class secretary, I have been asked to give a thought of the day. On this significant occasion, it has occurred to me that graduation is not an end, but rather a beginning. Today, we celebrate growing up together. From the first day of kindergarten until the last day of our senior year, tests, projects, school spirit weeks, dances, and way too many early mornings. We've laughed until we cried, taken thousands of pictures, hyped each other up, and made memories from the most random moments. These friendships are priceless. Through it all, we've had the love and support of our parents and families. They have been through every success and every milestone, and even more importantly, they've been there through the failures, listening to our worries and drama and believing in us, even when we didn't believe in ourselves. They've driven us to practice, sat through countless games and events, and even helped us study. Their love, encouragement, and sacrifices helped make this moment possible, and they deserve just as much recognition today as we do. So as we celebrate today and you turn your focus to what's next and the countless possibilities, don't forget how far we've came. These people who are surrounding us today have built our character, resilience, and kindness, and that will determine the impact we make in this world. Our journey is just beginning. So today, I encourage you to take lots of pictures, soak in every moment, and celebrate everything we've accomplished. We only get to be the class of 2026 once. Thank you, and congratulations, everyone.
Now, Ms. Karma Davidson, the senior class vice president, will provide a welcome to those in attendance today.
Good afternoon, friends, family, faculty, and my fellow classmates. My name is Karma Davidson, and I am extremely proud and honored to be in front of everyone on such a special day. I vividly remember coming on campus for the first time as a student during freshman orientation. I remember all of the nerves, excitement, goals, hopes, and dreams. For me, high school represented the pinnacle of my life. I had spent my entire life in school so I could finally reach the illustrious high school experience portrayed in movies. I thought that high school was going to be the most important part of my life, and while it has been monumental, it is not the end. I placed so much value in my high school experience that my failures meant more to me than they should have. Despite the mindset that I carried for far too long, this is not the end. Instead, it is just the beginning of endless opportunities, amazing memories, amazing achievements, and new relationships. Although we are entering adulthood, we still have so much life to live. There's so much to explore, experience, and to learn. For such a long time, I could not even envision a life beyond graduation, but here we are and our futures are in our hands. Do not wait for anyone or anything. If you want something, be brave and go for it. As a child, I was repeatedly told, a closed mouth don't get fed, and that could not be more true. Simply put, you cannot expect your goals to achieve themselves. Achieving something takes effort, and the world waits for no one. Opportunities will pass, and deadlines will come sooner than you expect. There have been so many experiences that I missed out on because I was too afraid to try, and I always regretted it. What I have not regretted is the unexpected bonds that I have formed and the fun memories I have made. The happiest moments in these last 4 years have been the most unexpected. I would have never achieved some of my proudest accomplishments or experienced the friendships that I have if I'd never allowed myself to feel discomfort. In the end, the unforgettable moments outweigh the temporary discomfort. So please, don't live in regret, and no matter what, move forward. Thank you.
The recognition of honor graduates and military commitments will take place later in today's ceremony. But as a part of our proud tradition of Franklin County High School, distinguished honor graduates are invited to submit speeches for consideration as a commencement address. It is now my honor to introduce Ms. Amanda Harden, who has been selected to deliver the 2026 Distinguished Honor Graduate Address.
Music is often referred to as the universal language because it transcends spoken dialects and communicates all human emotions. For this reason, I thought it made the perfect topic for a graduation address. For all the non-musicians out there, let me introduce you to a musical term, sight reading. Sight reading, by definition, is the act of playing or singing a piece of music from written notation that you have never seen, heard, or practiced before. Some may say that by graduating, we are about to sight read life. We are stepping into something unfamiliar, exciting, and a little intimidating. I would like to share with you a piece of advice my band director gave me once. He stated that the most important part of sight reading well wasn't so much about using your eyes, but whether or not you could hear the music in your head before you played it. So class of 2026, I ask you, can you hear the music? In this metaphor, music represents your goals and aspirations. Think of it like a roadmap there to guide you or a soundtrack to your future. Where do you see yourself in 10 years, 5 years, or even at the end of this summer? Will you have accomplished everything you had hoped for? Will your song sound the way you want it to? Of course, life, like sight reading, doesn't always go as planned. You may miss a note, go too fast or too slow, and sometimes feel lost entirely. It's no secret that the life ahead of us is unfamiliar and overwhelming. There may be moments where you don't recognize the melody you're playing at all, or that the music in your head doesn't match the reality in front of you. Missed opportunities and mistakes are bound to happen. It's important to keep playing anyway. One wrong note won't ruin your performance. Trust me, I've been there. That's the beauty of music. To quote my band director, Adam Craig Singer, directly, just because you miss one note does not mean you have to miss the next 10. Of course, this applies to life too. So if you miss a beat, get back in there. You are not defined by your mistakes. If something goes wrong, stop and listen for the music around you to know where to go next. Get back on the path and keep pushing forward. Class of 2026, in graduating, we are adding another song to the soundtrack that makes up our lives. I encourage you to reflect on the memories and music you've already made in your life and with the people sitting next to you right now. Remember, music holds memories. From the songs you used to sing at recess as children, to the songs you heard at school dances, to the hype music you blasted with teammates before a sporting event, and of course, the FCHS fight song and pep tunes you heard in the stands at every Friday night football game or halftime performance. Like any playlist or soundtrack, there will be songs you love, ones that inspire you, and others that you can't seem to skip past fast enough. Regardless of how much you like the song or what it's about, it's still part of your story. Some of us may go to college, trade school, the military, or the workforce. Some of us may think we have a perfect plan while others barely know what's ahead, and that's okay too. Remember that some songs have a quiet beginning. No matter what, be confident in your part. Live life confidently and unapologetically. Class of 2026, keep listening to your music. Trust yourself enough to write your own symphony, despite the notes you may miss along the way. The soundtrack of your life is still being written, and I know the best is yet to come. So keep sight reading, keep playing. You'll be glad you did.
Ms. Lila Pearl Schilling, class representative, will now read a poem called The Power of Yet.
Good evening, friends, family, and graduates. My name is Lila Pearl Schilling, and I'm the Student Council representative this year. To honor the journey ahead, I'd like to share a poem that speaks perfectly to the unwritten future and adventures that await us all. the power of yet. When we were little, we were taught a magic word, small, simple, but powerful. Some called it the golden word, a word that could soften hearts, bring out kindness, and show respect. Please. A word of compassion, a word of patience, a word that reminded us to ask politely, speak gently, and treat others with respect. But graduation teaches us something more. The magic word is no longer just please. It's something deeper. It's not only how we speak to others, but how we speak to ourselves. The magic word now is yet. I may not know my path yet. I may not have the courage yet. I may not see my full potential yet. Yet means becoming. It means unfinished possibilities. It means growth is happening. Today we stand between who we were and who we can become. We aren't perfect and we aren't finished. Trust that what you cannot do today is only something you have not grown into yet. Each of us carries potential still waiting to be discovered. So as we leave this chapter behind, may we carry both words with us, the kindness and gentleness of please, as well as the hope and anticipation of yet, because the future...
Thank you all for attending tonight. I would like to start off by introducing myself. I'm Jessica Wood, and I'm your senior class president. Before anything else, I'd like to take a moment to recognize some of the people who helped us reach this milestone. To our teachers, thank you for showing up for us each and every day and equipping us with the knowledge and skills that we'll carry with us every day into the future. To our custodians and staff, thank you for the countless behind-the-scenes efforts that made our school a place we could learn and grow. To our guidance counselors, thank you for playing the role in guiding us to this moment we have worked so hard to get to today. I'd like to give a special thank you to Ms. Judson, who has been a constant source of support, not just for me, but for so many of us. I also want to thank our senior class sponsors, Mr. Sargent and Mr. Lee, for their leadership, and for me, their mentorship. And our guest speaker, Ms. Deborah Decker, former FCHS principal, for taking the time to share her inspiring words with us today. To our families and community, thank you for your unwavering support. You've been there through every late night, every challenge, and every success. We wouldn't be here without you. I would also like to say a special thank you to my family for being here for me and always supporting my various endeavors. And to all of our friends, those graduating beside us, those cheering us on, and those we've met along the way, thank you for the memories, the laughter, and the impact you've had on all of our lives. I would also like to take a minute to recognize my friends, as I'm so thankful for you all, especially Alicia, Avery, Nadia, Sarah, Mackenzie, Scarlett, Madison, and Lauren. Finally, I would like to thank Cole for always supporting me and making me who I am today. Tonight is the last time we will gather together like this as a class. After nearly 13 years, we are about to go our separate ways. People often say that 13 is an unlucky number, but I see it differently. I think we were incredibly lucky to spend those years watching each other grow into who we are today. Every choice, every challenge, and every moment has led us to this seat on this day. Sitting here today and walking the stage is something we should all be proud of. As we've gotten closer to this day, you may have been thinking back on high school, wondering what is worth remembering. If you were to ask me, I would say all of it, but there are a few specific things that stand out to me. The Friday nights spent together to cheer on our team, and the after-school hours spent at McDonald's or Starbucks. The magical memories we made at our homecomings and proms. All of the school musicals, especially Mean Girls. How we all collectively got senioritis in a year that we had so eagerly anticipated. Our last days in a gym class, or the school lunches that, let's all be honest, we'll be nostalgic about soon. The bus rides, the late nights, whether it was to stay up studying, doing homework, or hanging out with our friends. Remember everything you've done to get here today. And as my favorite artist once sang, hold on to the memories, they will hold on to you. As we are thinking of these memories, I wanted to look back at the end of our high school years. Our last year, this year, our senior year. We applied to colleges and waited on the decisions. We signed up for jobs, the military, or started to think you may just need a break. We finished the requirements for high school, attended the senior events, and attended our final homecoming and prom. As we felt everything begin to come to an end, I know that for me, it hit me, that these were the final months and moments of a time we have been preparing for our whole lives. After this, the choices we make get to truly be our own, and we get to be the ones that choose our own paths. Everything after the structure that we had been living with for those 13 years was about to change, and that is so exciting and so terrifying at the same moment. While we may all be headed on different paths, We are all tied together by going to this high school. No matter where you are going or where you may end up, remember that everything does work out in the end. You made it to here, to today. So when you face those unknown obstacles, remember that you've already faced them and succeeded. Always remember to take a minute and just breathe. Know that you will figure it out, and no matter how long it may take, you will still get there in the end. As I said, look back on this night whenever you face those challenges and know that you've done so much. You have already succeeded. As we leave this school, we aren't just receiving a diploma. We're taking the memories and resilience we built here. We're taking the friends we've made and the lessons we have learned along the way. The future isn't something to fear. It's something that's in your hands to create and make your own. Each and every one of us should be proud to be here today. Today is proof of our dedication and achievements. As I wrap up for the evening, I have a quote to share with you all. As Taylor Swift once said in her own commencement speech, life can be heavy if you have to carry it all at once. Know what to keep and what to release. Decide what is yours to hold and let all the other things go. Congratulations to us, to the class of 2026. Let's go write the next chapter of our lives.
Dr. Kevin Sears, Superintendent of Franklin County Public Schools, will now introduce our guest speaker.
Good evening and congratulations, class of 2026. It's my pleasure this evening to introduce to you our guest speaker for our commencement ceremony, Mrs. Deborah Deb Decker. Ms. Decker grew up in New York, the state, not the city. She earned her bachelor's degree in French from State University of New York in Albany after having completed some coursework in Normandy, France. Mrs. Decker taught French in upstate New York for 11 years before moving here in 1988 to teach at Franklin County High School. After 2 years of teaching at FCHS and earning a master's in educational leadership from Virginia Tech, Mrs. Decker started her career in administration, which included time as an assistant principal at Lee M. Wade Elementary, principal at Burnt Chimney Elementary, assistant principal at Franklin County High School, and then as principal of FCHS from 2006 to 2016. Ms. Decker has been married to her husband, Edward, for 44 years, has 5 children and 7 grandchildren. Since retiring a few years ago, she has filled her time reading, traveling, and attending as many of her grandchildren's activities as possible. So without further delay, I'd like to turn the microphone over to an accomplished scholar, informed world traveler, lifelong Eagles supporter, and proud grandma, Miss Deb Decker.
Thank you, Dr. Sears. Good evening, parents, family, faculty, guests, and most importantly, members of the class of 2026. Thank you for allowing me to be a small part of your graduation ceremony. It is an honor to be with you this evening. Congratulations. You sit before us in Franklin County red and white because you have earned the right to be here by successfully meeting the standards required to earn your high school diploma as set by the state of Virginia and the Franklin County Board of Education. You have earned passing grades by writing essays and studying everything from poetry to Shakespeare in English class, by completing labs in biology and Shakespeare without setting the school on fire, by composing endless PSEs and PSAs in history, and by figuring out that foreign language your math teacher was speaking while trying to explain real and imaginary numbers or how to write the converse and contrapositive to a conditional statement. Who knew? I thought only French, Spanish, and Latin were the foreign languages here. And finally, by passing the required Virginia standards of learning. But you have done so much more than that in your 4 years here at FCHS. Members of the class of 2026 have earned local, regional, state, and national recognition through their performances in VHSL athletic contests, scale competitions, participation in competitions sponsored by co-curricular clubs such as HOSA, SCCLA, and Skills USA, to name a few, VHSL theater performances, all district band and choir adjudications, and so much more. All of us, your parents, family, friends, teachers, are so very proud of all that you have accomplished in this first leg of your journey of life, and we can't wait to see what comes next. But You did not get where you are today by yourself. No one ever expected you to do it all on your own. Yes, you were the ones who had to attend class, complete the assigned work, take and pass tests. But I hope you also recognize and appreciate what others have done to help you become the successful person you are today. Seniors, almost graduates, I ask you to now show that appreciation and gratitude to all those who have supported you with a round of applause. At the conclusion of today's ceremony, as you make your way to your cars as graduates, don't forget to share a hug with those who are here for you today. And please remember to send a heartfelt thank you to those who are unable to celebrate with you in person this evening. Not with a text or an email, make it personal. Call them on the phone or FaceTime them. It will mean the world to them just to hear your voice and be able to tell you how proud of you they are. Today, though, is more than a graduation, which, according to ChatGPT, means the completion of academic requirements leading to the earning of a diploma or degree. If you will take a moment to look at the program for today, you will notice that it is the 76th commencement at Franklin County High School. The word commencement comes from the French word commencer, which means to begin. Today, we celebrate not only the successful completion of the first leg of your journey, but also the beginning of the next. To borrow a phrase from Dr. Seuss in his book, Oh, the Places You'll Go, you do have brains in your head and feet in your shoes, and you can steer yourself any direction you choose. It has been shared with me that 22 of you have chosen to start your next adventure in service to our country. At this time, it is my honor to recognize those 22 students. As I call your name, please stand and be recognized. Joining the Air Force, Lucas Bussière, Owen Butler, Clover Dill. Joining the Army, Brian Aravalos, Aiden Chapelnik, Marilee Harris, Nathan Moeller, Brody Shelton, Christopher Snow. Enlisting in the Coast Guard, Isabella Pianti. In the Marines, Ernesto Delgado Castro, Anthony Diaz, Brian Garcia, Jonas Holland, Rashawn Huey. Members of the National Guard, Hunter Carlton, Travis Davis, Andrew McGee, Annabelle Perdue, Robert Sesser, and joining the Navy, Noah Burdick and Alan Cato. In addition to those 22 students, more than 300 of the 437 graduates have decided to build upon the education they have already received by entering trade schools, college, or apprenticeships. That's a large number, 3/4 of our student population. Some of you are choosing to directly join the workforce, and others are taking a little time to figure out what their next step will be. And just for those of you who are in that last group, your parents are hoping that it happens sooner rather than later. How you take this first step in the next leg of your journey isn't as important as having a realistic idea, goal, or dream of what you want to do with your life. And realize that although it has been said, life is a journey, enjoy the ride, there will be speed bumps, detours, one-way signs, and even some U-turns along the way. There are many successful people who started going one direction, but ended up someplace very different and unexpected. For example, our daughters, both of whom graduated from Franklin County High School, followed very different and unanticipated paths. Our oldest graduated from Virginia Tech with a bachelor's degree in history. After giving teaching a try and deciding it was not her calling, she went to work at the W.E. Skelton 4-H Educational Conference Center in Franklin County as the assistant conference coordinator. She is still at the 4-H Center today, but now serves as its executive director, a position she has held for the last 6 years. Our youngest daughter started out at Roanoke College, then transferred to and graduated from Jefferson College of Health Sciences with an associate's degree as a physical therapy assistant. A few years later, she also earned her bachelor's in health sciences. Following several years working as a physical therapy assistant, she made a sharp right turn and became one of those foreign language speaking FCHS math teachers I mentioned earlier. After earning her master's degree in special education from Radford University, passing the full max praxis licensure exam. Recently, she has completed additional advanced level math classes, which have earned her certification to teach at the college level, including the dual enrollment classes offered here at FCHS. These changes in your plans are not failures. Just think of them as taking the scenic route instead of the 4-lane highway to reach your destination. But how you choose to deal with these changes is what will determine your success. So, choose to be positive, happy. That doesn't mean things will always be easy, but if you enjoy what you do, it makes dealing with the ups and downs of life so much easier. It also makes you someone others will like to be around, both personally and professionally. Choose to be resilient and persistent. Don't give up when things don't go the way you expected them to. Setbacks are not failures. They are opportunities to try a different approach to achieving your dream. Choose to be healthy, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally as well. If the road you are on is causing you too much stress, step back. Take time to reset and get help when you need it. We can all achieve the goals and dreams we have for ourselves as long as they are realistic. Don't give up. Don't let hurtful words or actions of others stand in your way or bring you down. Remember, you have so many people, family, friends, teachers, pastors, who are in your corner cheering you on to success. Above all, choose to be kind, because why not? What does it cost you to just listen to your friend who needs to vent, to include others instead of excluding them? What does it cost you to hold the door open for the person behind you, to pick up the book that fell off the shelf even though you didn't knock it off, to tell your sister or brother how proud you are of them even though you constantly pick at each other because that's what teenage siblings do? What does it cost you to tell your parents and grandparents you love them, to sincerely thank the teacher who let you turn in your project late because you had 3 games that week plus practice and didn't get it done on time? Or the one who didn't write you up for being tardy to class for the 3rd time because they could tell that today was not a good day for you? Friends, it costs you absolutely nothing, but it says everything about you as a person. A few days ago, I saw a meme on social media that resonated with me. It said, "Kindness is a language the deaf can hear, the blind can see, and the hungry can feel." Think about that. Choose to be the person who makes life better for those around them. I would like to close with an Irish blessing for you. May you live a long life full of gladness and health, with a pocket full of gold that is the least of your wealth. May the dreams you hold dearest be those which come true, and the kindness you spread keep returning to you. And my favorite quarterback, Josh Allen, said, "Be good, do good, God bless, and remember," this isn't his, "once an eagle, always an eagle." Now, members of class of 2026, it's time to go spread your wings. Congratulations.
Thank you so much for sharing those words of wisdom, Ms. Decker. At this time, I would like to direct your attention to the area on the field directly in front of the stage, as the senior members of the choir will be performing Time by Jennifer Lucy Cook.
Time you can spend it. When you spend it, then you're running out of time. You can save it, but to save it is to take a little time. In a minute, when you're in it, can you feel the passing time? It's an illusion, it's confusion when they tell you it's time to get older, time to work and time to waste, and there's no time left to hold her. Time to tell him how you feel while there's still time. 3, 2, 1, 11:32 a.m. then dinner time. Tries to kill, I said I will, and still it flies the puzzle time. You can spend, when you spend, you're running out of time. You can save, but to save it, take some time. In a minute, you're in it. Feel passing time is illusion, confusion. They tell you now it's time to get older, to work, time to waste. There's no time at the whole time to tell him. Well, there's still time. 3, 2, 11, 2 a.m. dinner time. Not to kill, said I will, still it flies all time. You can, when you're running out, save it, take a little time, minutes. Can you feel passing is illusion? They tell you to get older, work, waste, there's no holder. Tell him, feel there's time. 1:30, dinner time, kill, will still fly. No time, you can spend it when you spend it, then you're running out of time. You can save it, to save it, to take a they say time to get older, time to work, and time to waste, and there's no time left to hold her. Time to tell him how you feel while there's still time. 3, 2, 1, 11:32 a.m. and dinner time. As we get, I said I will, and still it flies, fly, time.
Good evening. Superintendent Dr. Sears, Vice Chair Greer, members of the school board, faculty and staff, parents, families, friends, and most importantly, the Franklin County High School class of 2026. Before I begin, I would like to ask just one small favor of our graduates. Class of 2026, please stand. Turn towards your families and supporters and repeat after me. Thank you. I could not have done it without you. Thank you. You may be seated. In a world that moves faster every day, where technology evolves by the minute and information is consistently and constantly changing, it can be easy to overlook one of life's most important values: gratitude. There may have been moments during your journey when you felt overwhelmed, uncertain, or even questioned whether you had much to be thankful for. Yet it is often during these difficult moments that we discover our greatest blessings. Today, as you receive your diplomas, you have been blessed with something invaluable: an education. You have gained the knowledge and the skills that will serve as the foundation for your future success. The world needs more experts, more critical thinkers, more innovators, and more problem solvers. For that opportunity, be thankful. But your accomplishments extend far beyond academics. This class has demonstrated resilience, determination, and grit. You persevered through some unusual weather-related schedule changes, as well as new expectations. You adapted, adjusted, and continued moving forward. You excelled in athletic competition. You represented Franklin County with distinction in career and technical education events, showcasing your talents and preparing for future professions. You earned recognition through Air Force Junior ROTC competitions and ceremonies. Some of you have chosen to serve our nation in the armed forces. Others created inspiring works of art, brought our community together through theater, or performed as members of one of Virginia's finest high school marching bands. Most importantly, you're good humans. Serving Franklin County by participating in service projects through your clubs, your teams, your organizations, as well as individual acts of kindness, including one scholar out there who bought your principal a breakfast when I had no money left on my account. You gave back to your community. You supported the elderly, helped new mothers, volunteered your time, and demonstrated that true success is measured not only by what we achieve, but how we impact the lives of others. For all of those accomplishments, be thankful. As your principal, I've had the privilege of watching you grow into remarkable young men and women seated before us tonight. You allowed me to call you scholars and even sometimes beautiful. And in return, you allowed me a front row seat to your growth, your success, and your journey. And for that, I am truly grateful. Tonight, I stand before you filled with pride for each of the 437 graduates who will cross this stage in just a few moments. I'm grateful that our paths have crossed and that I've been allowed to share this milestone. I'm equally grateful to the parents, the families, the teachers, the staff members, and mentors whose encouragement, sacrifice, and support helped make this moment possible. Now you stand ready to move forward into the next chapter of your lives. Some of you are excited. I bet a lot of you are pretty nervous. But some of you are wondering what exactly comes next. Regardless, you all are prepared. The class of 2026 has set a high standard for those to follow. You have embodied Eagle excellence through your achievements, your perseverance, your leadership, and your character. As you leave Franklin County High School, I encourage you to embrace the opportunities ahead. Dream boldly, take risks, explore new possibilities, seek to make a difference in the world. Whatever path you choose, whether college, military service, the workforce, or another journey entirely, never forget the people, the experiences that help shape who you are. The faculty, staff, administration at FCHS have taught you, we've challenged you and coached you, encouraged you, and we believe in you. More importantly, we have helped you discover the gifts and the talents that will enable you to accomplish great things. As the American author Mark Twain once said, 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things you don't do than by the ones you did do. So throw off the bow lines, sail away from the safe harbor, Catch the trade winds in your sails, explore, dream, and discover. Class of 2026, you were always born to be an eagle. Congratulations. We're proud of you, we believe in you, and we cannot wait to see where your journey takes you next. Now, please prepare to receive your diplomas. Now, all of those in attendance in the stadium, please help us ensure that all families and friends of each graduate can hear their name called. We know you want to cheer, but please be considerate because another name will be called very quickly after yours.
Briley Marie Altus. Elarice Isabella Berneri. Taylor Joyce Bondurant. Jonah Patrick Bowman. Emma Catherine Brush. Holden Douglas Bryant. Ileana Mackenzie Champagne. Elijah Engel Chapman. Lillian Amanda Costin. Brittany Cruz Chavaria. Karma Natalia Davidson. Remington Chase Davis. Abigail Rose Deering. Landon Reed Divers. Kayliana Marie Dixon. Olivia Faith Donovan. Samuel Riley Dye. Mason Henry Eads. Houston Robert Forbes. Farron Gabrielle Fry. Abigail Marie Gordon. Riley Harper Gordon. Arthur Trevelyan Green. Alexandria Marie Gutierrez. Amanda Lynn Harden. Alicia Brianne Harris. Kamari Ajune Hash. Christopher Dean Hatchett. Philip Carson Haynes. Ella Grace Henney. Jonas Christian Holland. Reagan McCrae Holloway. Lindsay Mae Jones. Kara Lynn Joyce. Elodie Jade McClintock. Kaylee Grace McCowan. Reagan Elizabeth Nicole McHeimer. Elena Faith McLaughlin. Nicholas Hayes Messenger. Nicholas Christian Keith Moser. Hunter James Osgood. Charles Edward Patrick. Emily Grace Patterson. Cadence Liella Ransom. Alexa Cameron Robertson. Caroline Meggs Ross. Mackenzie Ruth Saliba. Brian Andrew Sanders. Tristan Lee Sigmund. Timothy Dwayne Sinclair Jr. Samantha Nicole Spencer. Daisy Lee Sweetwood. Sophie Angelique Tisdale. Madeline Riley Turner. Olga Lisbeth Vasquez. Isaac Thomas Walker. Jessica Danielle Wood. Sierra Nicole Wright. Brennan Parker Young. Jackson Cole Young. Joseph Michael Adams. Alyssa Marie Allen. Caden Tayshawn Alston. Abigail Grace Altus. Samuel Caden Altus. Paige Elizabeth Altizer. Lillian Ray Anderson. Logan Sean Angle. Daniel Bear Arnold. Bryn Elizabeth Ashwell. Dominic Zachariah Austin. Madeline Nicole Bailey. Darren Chance Banville. Jesus Daniel Barrientos Gonzalez. Christopher Allen Becker. Lexi Grace Beckner. Colby Orrin Belcher. Jerry Lee Berger III. Griffin Blaine Bittinger. Jack William Blank. Skylar Rain Bonds. Darius Lamar Botts. Travion Naimir Boyd. Avery Jane Bradner. Kalia Simone Bradner. Daniel Lee Brookman. Joella Cheyenne Brooks. Peyton Neal Brooks. Blake Anthony Brown. Mallory Lauren Brown. Noah Riley Buckner. Zane Micah Burden. Zoe Brooke Burden. Noah Scott Burdick. Jacob Edward Burnett. Lucas Cole Bussiere. Owen Wes Butler. Emmanuel Cabrera Madrigal. Tyleek Quayshawn Calloway. Alasia Nicole Campbell. Grace Nicole Campbell. Isaiah Bruce Campbell. Levi Mason Campbell. Emily Francis Victoria Carl. Hunter Morgan Carlton. Patrick Ryan Carmichael. Adriana Nakia Carroll. Cole Jacob Carter. Isaiah Armand Carter. Sky Grace Carter. Bradley Wade Carver. Aaron Lee Carwile. Zoe Kaylee Castaneda Garcia. Elon Michael Cato. Aiden Hadwick Sapelnik. Kendall Noel Saribi. Tristan Allen Chandler. Lillian Faith Cheney. Zamaria Malia Childress. Logan Bays Chitwood. Peyton Lynn Clark. Gage Montana Coleman. Jada Nicole Collins. Leslie Ann Collins. Evan Patrick Confar. Maisie Lynn Conley. Kennedy Lynn Cooper. Aiden Alexander Coronel Gonzalez. Alex Wayne Craig. Hayden Kenneth Craig. Amanda Nicole Cramblett Ingram. Patrick David Crimmins. Gabriel Edward DeHeron. Winston Michael Davenport. Asia Davis. Chase Isaac Davis. Christian Miles Davis. Emmeline Pearson Davis. Evan Douglas Davis. Travis Davis. Jeffrey Allen Dawson. Annalise Dawn Deal. Cameron Michael Deal. Miracle Hope DeCourcy. Michael Anthony Deems. Nada Delgado Garcia. Ernesto Delgado Castro. Anthony Diaz. Jocelyn Ann Dick. Clover Dill. Sophia Evangeline Dolman. Haley Marie Dooley. Kayla Joan Dowdy. Avon Renee Dudley. Max Henry Dudley. Jelante Lamont Edmonds. Gary Jackson English. Juan Salvador Estrevieros Castro. Daniel Carter Edwin Uri. Life Journey Everett. Alyssa Lynn Pfeiffer. Chasmin Desiree Ferguson. Tyler Reed Ferguson. Gabriela Patricia Fernandez. J. Lynn Fina. Brendan Levi Fleming. Scarlett Olivia Flint. Haley Peyton Foley. Caden Lynn Freeman. Micah Jaden Furman. Bailey Grace Furrow. Brian Ariel Garcia Gonzalez. Amarani Garcia Palafox. Bryce Connor Gaskin. Samuel Thomas Galden. Haley Elizabeth George. Wyatt Allen Gurman. Cyan Taylor Elizabeth Gibson. Tamia Lynn Gilbert. Adam Michael Gill. Kemper Boyd Gilly. Caleb Wayne Glass. Hunter Jesse Glass. Destiny Ann Goins Chavers. Alexander Gonzalez Sanchez. Noel Austin Gonzalez. Vanessa Rubio Gonzalez. Emily Lisette Gonzalez Ordonez. Amario Duval Garrell. Anne-Marie Jade Grantham. Logan Allen Grantham. Mackenzie Paige Grimmett. Shaylee Alexandria Williams. Tyler Zayden Gurley. Maria Inez Gutierrez. Nadia Yasmin Gutierrez Arnold. Yobani De Jesus Gutierrez Rodriguez. Naomi Lynette Guzman. Sarah Nicole Hagerman. Jamira Deandra Hall. Ethan Michael Hall. Tucker Custis Hall. Sierra Brooke Hamlin. Kamarion Deshay Hancock. Kaylin Leanne Hansen. James Robert Harden. Marilee Lene Harris. Taylor Juliette Harris. Colin Dale Harrison. Christina Nicole Hassel. Michael Rose Hatcher. Tanner Michael Hawley. Jameer Lamar Hayes. Ready? Jaden Nicole Haywood. Haley Dawn Hebb. Joseph Paul Held. Gavin Jeffrey Lance Helton. Talia Hernandez Rueda. Joelle Raylan Hicks. Chloe Jane Hodges. Morgan Lee Hodges. Naomi Shea Hodges. Jordan Christina Hogan. Amber Jewel Hogue. Raylan Lee Holden. Kamari Lynn Holland. Kamora Cheyenne Holland. John Ethan Holly. Clayton Dean Holmes. Angel Marie Holt. Brianne Sky Holt. Justice Anthony Hopkins. Wyatt Nathan Hopkins. Samuel Simmons Horn. Wyatt Justice Howard. Thomas James Hudson. Rashawn Maurice Huey. Nevaeh Lynn Hunt. Christina Renee Jackson. Marissa Eve Jackson. Patrick Henry Jackson III. Aiden Bree Jamison. Ava Grace Jamison. Edward Charles Jamison. Dylan Jacob Janzik. Brett Clinton Jefferson. Aiden Scott Jenkins. Haley Angelina Johnson. Rodney Theodore Johnson III. James Wyatt Jones. Shaylin Rebecca Jones. Robert Lee Kaiser. Kennedy Ann Kellum. Amonte Quamarius Kidd. Jacob Russell Kirk. Giuseppe Nikolai Knar. Adam Connor Lambert. Sydney Ann Landry. Dale Ray Lane. Elena Gabrielle LaPrade. Devin Michael Lee. Haley Jade LaFell. Aiden Kai Leoty. Chase Ryan Lester. Caleb Bryson Levacy. Jacob Daniel Liga. Caleb Joseph Likens. Noah Riley Likens. Timber Addison Lucius. Tristan Kelly Lynch. Marcel Dela Cruz Lynn. Riley Emily McGill. Sadie Catherine Mann. Haslin Nicole Manning. Gabriel Edward Martin. Jaden James Martin. Brianna Martinez. Matthew Stephen Guy Mason. Summer Ellen Mall. Kenneth Cleo Maxey. McKenna Lee Mazika. Olivia Naomi McCoy. Amelia Reagan McDivitt. Andrew Evan McGee. William Jordan Meekins. Brianna Lachey Melendez. Madeline Grace Melton. Abigail Marie Miller. Davion Lucian Moat. Nathan Michael Moeller. Annalisa Yvette Moles. Slendy Melissa Mora Garay. Taylor Renee Morell. Jackson Lane Morgan. Danielle Shea Morris. Logan Riley Motley. Benjamin Thomas Mott. Jacob Matthew Mullins. Tiana Maria Muse Torres. Ryan McKinley Muse. Dominic Lee Myers. Sarah Elizabeth Naff. Tony Tan Wynn. Ella Abigail Nolan Funk. Blake Vincent Ordway. Nathaniel Ethan Orozco. Morelli Lisbeth Ortiz. Austin Brian Owens. Nevea Inez Pagans. Nyasia Jada Parker. Daisy Renee Pasley. Annabelle Ruth Purdue. Caleb Alexander Perkins. Isabella Jalen Pianti. Caitlin Jade Plunk. Gavin Scott Powell. Noah James Allen Powell. Tyler Matthew Powell. Alana Lyric Preston. Elizabeth Marie Pritchard. Quincy Miles Pruitt Ramsey. Aiden Otis Lee Quinn. Reagan Lynn Ray. Mika Alexandra Ray. Ina Mae Reese. Kendall Lee Reynolds. Savannah Marie Riley. Atsine Yoel Rodriguez Lopez. Lisa Miranda Rojas Campbell. Eric Vicente Romero Cuquea. Blanca Rubio Angeles. Wyatt Christopher Rubel. Mariana Dawn Santos. Avion Anthony Dwayne Saunders. Sade Mariah Sawyers. JC Rowe Sawyers. Lila Pearl Yvette Schilling. Lily Marie Sensel. Robert Wesley Sesser. Brody Scott Shelton. Chloe Brooke Shelton. Braden Edward Shirley. Tyler Bryce Shockley. Keegan Lake Shoemaker. Caitlin Nicole Short. Wyatt Andrew Sigmund. Emma Gail Semino. Jacob Carson Simmons Hensley. Victoria Rain Sims. Antonio William Michon Slade. Marley Hendricks Smallwood. Danielle Renee Smith. Ethan Barry Smith. Nicholas Edward Sneed. Samuel Leonard Sneed. Christopher James Snow. Aaliyah Dawn Spade. Nolan Pierce Starkey. Austin Chase Stevens. Kaylee Nicole Stratton. Autumn Colleen Stewart. Patrick Kyle Sykes. Jocelyn Eudora Cepezi. Jillian Carmichael Talmadge. Kylie Brooke Taylor. Landon Jehu Taylor. Larea Janae Taylor. Olivia Page Tench. Malia Lynn Thomas. Hayden Hemi Thornhill. Emily Christy Torres Castaneda. Noah Daniel Tosh. Emiliana Kylie Trotter. Keyshawn Andrew Trotter. Lainey Nicole Tucker. Alexis Lynn Turner. Emily Grace Turner. Mason Shane Turner. Carmen Darren Van Bergendine. Cameron Michael Vi. Quayshawn Richard Vi. Shaquan Raheem Vi. Lucas John Wagner. Roy Camondia Wainwright. Hunter Ray Walker. Jocelyn Faith Walsh. Faith Ann Weaver. Maggie May Weddle. Elijah James Weems. Tyler Allen Wirtz. Noah Benjamin Whalen. Tyson Michael White. Terrence Patrick Whitlock. Graydon Lee Widener. Julie Rose Williams. Peyton Marie Wilmer. Jalen Rianne Wilson. Demetrius Jaquan Lee Witcher. Jaden Amir Witcher Henson. Sophie Elizabeth Maxine Wood. Carly McKenna Ray. Kaylin Ariana Wright. Lamaya Nicole Wright. Samantha Louise Wright. Harley Gage Young. Hanan Atef Youssef. Merrick Aubrey Akers. Connor Anthony Altus. Courtney Lee Argabright. Ryan Aspen Blankenship. Hayden Hartwell Fidelis. Joseph Nathaniel Goins. Zach Taylor Hodges. Aaron Walter Hunter. Hunter Jade Jones. Rebecca Lynn Kovac. Gary Mason Meeks. Timothy James Roth. Anthony Isaiah Smith. Abigail Rose Thornhill. Damon Michael Vassar.
Members of the class of 2026, would you please rise? By the power vested in me by the Commonwealth of Virginia, the members of the Franklin County High School School Board, and the Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Kevin Sears, it is my distinct pleasure to confer upon you your high school diploma. Congratulations, graduates. You may switch your tassel from right to left at this time. Do not throw your caps. Do not throw your caps. That's not what we do. Seniors, please be seated as your class treasurer, Ms. Olga Vasquez, shares some closing thoughts.
Good evening, graduates, families, faculty, and guests. My name is Olga Vasquez, and it is a privilege to stand before you all tonight as a closing speaker for the class of 2026. Tonight is not only a celebration of completion, but a moment to recognize the journey that made it possible. The years of effort, the growth we did not always notice in real time, and the experiences that quietly shaped who we have become. As we celebrate this milestone, I find myself reflecting not only on where we are today, but on how far we have come to get here. For years, we have worked toward this moment without fully realizing how quickly it would arrive. Along the way, we have grown, struggled, succeeded, and learned lessons that go far beyond the classroom. There are moments we doubted ourselves, moments we felt behind, and moments we weren't sure we would make it, but somehow we did, and today we are here. Each of us comes from different backgrounds, yet tonight, all of our stories come together in this shared moment, each one shaped by challenges, growth, and perseverance along the way. And while our paths may soon lead us in different directions, we will always be connected by the memories we created and the journey that brought us here. For many of us, this moment means even more because we are the first in our families to reach it, carrying forward the hopes, sacrifices, and dreams of those who came before us. While this achievement belongs to us, it was never accomplished alone. Behind every graduate sitting here is someone who believed in them, encouraged them, and supported them along the way. To our parents, guardians, families, teachers, mentors, and friends, thank you. Your sacrifices, patience, and unwavering support helped make this moment possible. This celebration belongs to you as much as it belongs to us. And to my parents, mamá y papá, gracias por todo lo que han hecho por mí, por tantos sacrificios y por estar conmigo en cada paso aunque haya sido difícil. Ese logro no solo mío, también es de ustedes. Los quiero con todo mi corazón. Years from now, our lives may look completely different as we pursue different paths and dreams. But no matter where life takes us next, we will always share the memories, friendships, and experiences that brought us to this moment. One day, we may forget the details of a particular class or assignment, but we will never forget how it felt to stand here tonight, surrounded by the people who were a part of our journey. So as we leave this chapter behind and begin the next, I hope we do so with gratitude for where we came from, pride in how far we have come, and confidence in where we are going next. This may be the end of one chapter, but it's also the beginning of countless others. Congratulations, class of 2026. As we step into the future, may we never forget where we came from, never stop believing in what is possible, and never lose the courage to become who we are meant to be.
You ready?